My guest for today is a tech entrepreneur and someone who has worked extensively on brands. Blending artificial intelligence with design, the man himself, Mitia Muravev, is in conversation with MoneyPetrol. Very warm welcome to MoneyPetrol, Mitia.
Lovely meeting you.
Same
Thank you
here.
so much.
Mitia, before we begin our conversation, I want you to introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name is Mitia. I'm one of the founders of the company which is called Selfspace. So basically, we're the company which is reimagining the self-photography, and we're doing it with a pinch of AI and a lot of technology, actually, like that.
Mitia, as a founder and CEO of Selfspace, what is your role and how are you adding value to the entire AI experience in photography?
Yeah, it's a great question. So let me tell you. So we have to start from the idea what is Selfspace and what we basically built. So it's a really, really simple pitch, and it's going to be every single time when I'm telling the story, I have a lot of people saying, yeah, that's a story about me. So the idea is super, super simple. 98% of the people all around the world, they're feeling super, super insecure and shy and uncomfortable in front of the camera. So when the photographer is taking the picture, even the camera that is pointing to us, a lot of people are feeling not very comfortable because you don't know how to pose, you don't want to look silly and stuff like that. So here is the basic idea of the self-photography studio, where is no photographer. So basically you enter the room, it's not a photo booth, it's not something small, it's a huge room. Our average room is like 38 square meters. You enter the room, there is no photographer, you have a giant mirror, you have a camera built inside the mirror, and you have all the lights, everything prepared for you, and you have a small remote. So every single time you press the button, the system automatically takes the picture. This is the basic of the self-photography studios. And what we're doing in Selfspace, we understand that the value of the picture is really, really high. But the super, super important thing is about the privacy. Is about the privacy and about the post-production of the picture. So in our case, using the AI, we do all the post-production automatically without using any of the APIs, so it's our own model. And after that, securely uploaded to the cloud. Mm-hmm. And when you as a client receive all your pictures like 10 seconds after the photo session is over, so imagine you spent like 1 hour there in the studio, and you exit from the studio, and you already have like thousands of your pictures already retouched and ready for you. You receive a special OTP link, which makes sure that it's just you entering the gallery, and it's all automated. So basically, we have just one hostess lady who is meeting you at the studio, and nobody else. There is no retouch artist, nothing like that. So answering your question, I would say that we are helping so much people feel and see the beauty of themselves, because we believe that every single person, every single human being is beautiful, but a lot of people are feeling just shy in front of the camera. So we can't say that we're just like a tech company, or we are just a photo company, or we are just, doing something like that. But we see like a really, really big mission, that because every single time we see the guests, and some of them are crying, some are not, because we are helping the people to see how beautiful they are, how creative they are, how beautiful they are, just setting the right environment.
Mitia, would you like to mention a few of your clients?
When we're also working with the B2B, so far we have partnered with the Enoch, we've partnered with the Dubai Media Office, we've been partnering with the Dubai municipality on a huge event. It's called Ruvia Careers, and we had a really beautiful benefits. We also had a partnership with the Commercial Bank of Dubai, and more and more. But right now we are also focused on the B2C, so we're waiting in September for thousands and thousands of guests to our flagship studio here in Al Quoz.
Again, since when have you been operating in?
We started like 6 months ago, and first we understood that we don't want to open like a big flagship studio, so we understood that first we have to test the demand. So we started launching like an MVPs on like some special occasions, and we were happy to be invited to Arab Media Summit, where it was our first big MVP launch.
Okay.
And we were invited there by Dubai Media Office.
Okay.
So we put there our first studio, like the studio for the self-photography, and we understood that the demand is big and that we're doing something very good for the society.
Mitia, there's a sudden boom of artificial intelligence, and people across the sectors, variety of industries, variety of business entrepreneurs, they are using artificial intelligence. I just want to know how these professionals are using it for their own benefit and for the benefit of society, as you said.
I would love to start with an idea. Actually, it's not mine, but I love the example that we have to treat the AI like an electricity. So when the electricity was invented, all the processes, everything started to change because
Right.
you have the possibility to change every single process in every single business. So I think that's the same stuff that's going on in every single business right now. So it's not something like magical, or it's not something that, like a magic pill that's going to help your business, or it's definitely going to help your business, but it's not going to save your business. So the reality is like that AI is right now in every single big company right now, because if you're not using the AI, you're losing to your competitors. So that's the thing. In our case, when we were discussing the idea that we need to build like the self-photography studio, which I love this thing because we're helping so much people. So when we understood that, okay, actually the self-photography studios that are existing right now all over the world, there are plenty of them actually. But we understood that, okay, we have to put a lot of effort on three different things. The first one, of course, is the hospitality. We're living in Dubai, so we have to have the hospitality on a very high level. But the most important for me and for my partner Peter, it's a privacy. It's a privacy thing, because especially here in GCC in Dubai, we see that the people are really, really concerned about their privacy, and like 70% of our customers are ladies.
Yeah.
So we see that the privacy for them is brutally important. And when we understand, okay, we have to build something, some kind of structure that's going to guarantee that any of your pictures that you shot in our studio, okay, you shot it without the photographer because there is no photographer. I can tell you a bit more about the concepts itself. But we have to understand that she or him, doesn't matter, they shot the pictures in the studio, but after that, they have to be 100% sure that none of the pictures could be possibly seen by anybody from our team or from the outer world.
Okay.
That's why AI is helping, because AI can help us to automate the process. First of all, we're using AI to automate all the post-production process, because we have to colorize, we have to do all the saturation and all stuff like that, which is normally done by like a retouch artist. Second, we have to do the facial retouch, which was almost impossible before the AI was invented. So in our case, we have our own model, so we're not using the API or something like that. We have our own model that detects the face, detects the skin, and does the professional retouch for you with 0 humans involved. And the most important thing, that after that, you have to transform this from the RAW files to JPEG files, upload it to the private cloud, and do a lot of stuff. And here, of course, you can write a software which is going to be automatically doing that. But you have to triple check every single step in the pipeline. That's why you have to have an AI there, checking the privacy and checking the security. So long story short.
No, perfectly fine. So, which means there's a lot of value addition to the entire experience of AI-based photography, right?
That's a big mislead, because when we're saying that we are an AI-powered photo studio, that doesn't. A lot of people are thinking that we are AI generating the pictures, for example, which is not true.
Yeah.
And we're putting the AI to show to our guests that we're secure, and that's all the stuff that's going to be happening with your picture is super, super secure, super private. But we're using AI like a small tool. Imagine like you're a carpenter or something like that, and you have a lot of different tools in your box. And AI, in our case, is just one of the tools, but it's super, super important. Right. And if we're not using that kind of tool, we can't guarantee all the privacy.
Mitia, what kind of practices would emerge out of the usage of artificial intelligence by various professionals in coming future?
I would say that, just as we are continuing the discussion about comparing the AI with an electricity, I would say that the biggest thing that's going to be happening right now, what we see already, is that AI is not replacing the people, but AI is replacing part of the job that could be done without some kind of professionals, which is not meaning that we're losing, lots of different professions, but it's more meaning that we're losing the lane processes that are not actually that are not really needed right now. I would say like that. This is the first thing, and like in general, I would say that the biggest thing that AI is changing right now is the data analysis. Sorry.
Data analysis.
Yeah.
Mitia, besides privacy that you mentioned, how are brands going to benefit by the use of AI-based image exercises?
I would say that right now the AI is like it's the most hype technology ever happened. So right now a lot of brands are using AI not because they need it, but just because to be on the hype, to be trendy, and that's okay. That's totally fine. And but we also see that so many brands are implementing the AI in some of their business processes without even telling to the public world that they're using some of that. But what I see is that, for example, in terms of pictures, in terms of motion pictures, we see a huge boom regarding the content creation.
Okay.
And this is a super interesting thing because AI is giving us the opportunity to produce an enormous amount of pictures and even motion films,
Right.
and animation. But the problem is that you still have to have an art director because otherwise you don't have the ideas, because you have to put the prompts there. Yeah. So if you don't have the guy or a lady that's going to be having some beautiful ideas, what he or she wants to see there, it doesn't work. That's the first. Second, for now, I can't say that there are any of the, if we're speaking about the images or motion picture, I can't say that there are any models that can provide you the super best quality starting from the first shot. So you have to improve it all the time, which means that if we're speaking about, for example, I don't know, advertising industry, I was working in advertising industry for 15 years. And we see that a lot of people from the production side, from the client side, from the agency side, they're saying, okay, all the production is dead right now because you can generate anything is there. No, it's not true. It's not like that. But you can use the combination between the AI, beautiful professionals, and the real shooting, for example, to have a really amazing results. I would say like that.
So as you mentioned that for 15 years you were working in advertising industry, and you worked on plenty of creatives, films and all that, where there was a real-time content, dialogues, artists involved and all that. And now things have moved on to a very new generation of artificial intelligence where adaptation of this kind of a content is a question. Is the audience accepting it, or is the audience ready for AI-based content?
I would say the first mark would be that you already see that in all the in Instagram, in Meta, in Facebook, you already have the mark that this is the AI generated content. When you're uploading some kind of a picture from the Midjourney or something like that, okay, you already have the mark that this is the AI generated content. From one side, you'll see a lot of influencers which are not real. They're artificial influencers, the generated boys and girls. So continuing the discussion about the hype, I would say that right now everybody wants to be an AI fully, which sometimes could be a big mistake. So the best way, I hope you have to use the AI is to implement the AI to some business processes with the humans involved. Not even because we can say that AI is not that good, but just because that it is already that good that combining with your normal processes and with your beautiful employees and with your beautiful business processes, that can bring a completely different level. I can give you an example. We have our super difficult privacy system in Selfspace. And normally, and my partner Peter, who developed most of it, he told me that him and his team, they would need at least a year to do all the stuff in terms of coding. And using the AI models, it gives us the opportunity to do it in 2 to 3 months.
Okay.
But if we're gonna put the prompt in ChatGPT or anywhere else, write me a secure system, that would never work.
I see.
So it's the combination, and it helps you a lot to save hundreds and hundreds and hundreds hours of your time with the right professional, with the right team, and with the right usage of the technology. So it's always a combination.
So let us hope that AI takes us to a very great direction, in favor of humanity, in favor of businesses. And a myth that he has busted just now is that he's just not an AI-based photography studio, but much, much more. Mitia, thanks for speaking to Money Petrol. I'm so glad you came. You took
Thank you
out
so much.
time to speak to us.
Thank you so much.
Mitia Muravev, artificial intelligence expert, was speaking exclusively to Money Petrol. Thanks for watching.